Brought to you by Tradeston Performance, mechanical, bodywork, custom exhaust and MOTs all under one roof. Been in an accident, your fault or not? Give our claims team a call on 429-0919 and claim up to £600 just by bringing your claim to us. Terms and conditions apply. Also get your MOT for only £24.99 with no retest fees. Tradeston Performance. Telephone 0141 429-0919. 23 Cabernet Place, G5 8QR.
And Punjaba there was the hit of the hour. Now it's 10:48 and I've got two guests. Excuse the crackle actually. So I've got Danny JP, and if you've just been listening, I did play Lost that was by Danny JP, and I've also got Audrey whose son lives with dyspraxia, and of course Danny JP also has dyspraxia. Good morning, Danny, can you hear us?
Good morning. Yes, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you. Can you hear me all right?
There's a bit of a crackle. I'm not sure if you're near something or the radio's on, perhaps.
Just trying to look for a good signal at the moment. Sorry about this.
No worries. But we still got you on the line as well, haven't we? Perfect.
Okay, that's good. Give me 2 seconds.
No worries. Sorry, apologies for the crackle. That's better.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Okay, so Danny, tell us about Lost then. Why Lost?
So basically, the reason why I've done the track Lost is because I know that people suffer with a lot of mental illnesses, and it's something I wanted to touch upon and really help others out there just like me who go through similar and basically struggle with the same sort of thing that I do.
So tell us then what life's like living with dyspraxia then.
It's not easy. It's definitely not an easy thing to live with. I've struggled my whole life with it. I've gone through anxiety, depression. I've struggled with organisation, timekeeping, balance. Another thing that I've also struggled with is my emotions. So I've also tried to constantly commit suicide in the past, and thought about it, and it's a powerful thing. It's something that I really think people should listen to and understand that we're not. We are unique, but we also do have emotions. We have feelings.
So when do you think, in terms of feeling low, that started for you?
Sorry, say that again, please.
So when did you feel that you were, in terms of emotionally and other ways, that you felt low or depressed? When did you notice that in yourself?
Just basically where I've just had phases where, 1 minute I'm absolutely ecstatic and I'm over the moon, I'm happy, and then the next thing, I'm just completely down in the dumps, and I've constantly asked my family and said, I don't understand why I feel so down today, because earlier I was really happy, and now all of a sudden I've just changed my emotion,
Yeah, and did this happen as a child or mostly as an adult? Just now it's happening?
Well, when I was a child, I was bullied all through my whole life, from when I was basically at preschool all the way through up until when I left school, and then college, same thing happened. When I went to work, same thing happened there. I had one instance where I was working and someone actually called me a retard in front of the customers, and said, sorry, we can't allow you to, I'm sorry about this, but he's a bit retarded. We're going to have to get someone else to sort out the problem you've got right now.
That's a lot to face.
Yeah, they just threw me to the back of the line and basically said, you're the low of the low,
That's shocking. Did you feel you could get some help, at school and growing up? Was there anybody to turn to, or did you just internalise it and keep it to yourself?
It was difficult because at a very young age I did actually attempt to kill myself. I actually went up, as you heard, in one of my raps that I've done, I basically quoted that I did go out to the park with noose, and I did attempt to try and end my life there and then, because I just couldn't handle what was going on in my life at the time.
You just didn't want to be around. What about your family then? That must have been so hard for them as well.
Oh, it was difficult, because the thing is, around the time as well, my parents were split up as well, and it was such an awkward and difficult time for me, and at the time I didn't have that support that I needed. I didn't have that sort of shoulder to cry on, kind of. So all through my whole life, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had my family on my side supporting me and everything. And, I've had my friends as well, for example, my mate Joseph, who I train with at the moment, he's helping me get my coordination together, doing boxing training, and he's always been there for me, same as my mate, Jacob, he's always helped me. I've known him for 4 years. He's really stuck by my side and, been patient with me, and same goes for my mate Josh Evans, who is also, he was there when I was getting bullied. He was always constantly sticking up for me and had my back at all times. So I got to give a big thanks to those guys.
No, it's so great to hear that you've got some special people in your life that have been helping you. In terms of struggles, then, what would you say was the worst for you? And how did you overcome it?
In terms of what, sorry?
I'm just thinking in terms of struggles, what would be the worst thing you would say, the hardest thing growing up with dyspraxia, or even just now? What's the hardest thing? Is it people, or just nobody knows what it's like except the person that's living with it?
It's the people, because obviously you hit the nail right on the head when you said people who don't have dyspraxia, or don't have any neurological disorder of for example Asperger's or something. They don't understand how that person's mind works and how they think, because I want to make it very clear for everyone that we are very unique. We're not stupid, we're not retarded, we're not, alright, we are clumsy, I get that. I'll admit that I'm clumsy, I bump into stuff all the time, but at the same time, I'm a very intelligent young man, and, and I do have a very good aspect and look on life, and I see things from a different perspective to other people, and the problem is with that, is that everyone sees, what is normal these days. That's what I say, so I'd rather be unique and special than I would be a normal person, because I see things differently to what other people say.
I think obviously the benefit is for somebody like yourself, you've got such great empathy and compassion for other people because you've suffered yourself, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen horrible things in the past, where people have been treated badly and stuff. And for example, I've seen people with, similar to what I've got, and they get treated absolutely terribly. And I think to myself, why are you treating that person like that? Just because they're suffering worse than you are. What do you want to do? Make their life even worse than what it is? And I don't quite understand why that person will want to put that person through it.
I think it must be lack of awareness as well. But what about then if if somebody's listening in and they feel that they can connect with you or feel like they're going through the same things that you had been doing, what kind of advice would you give them to get to a place where they feel good about themselves?
First thing I would say is go and get a diagnosis straight away. If you feel there are points in your life where you think, what is going on? Why am I struggling? Why is this going wrong for me and everything like that? Similar subjects to what I've touched upon. Then I would say definitely go and see a GP and say, look, I need help, I need some support, and do it at the youngest age you can possibly do it, because I'm 28 years old now, and it's going to be very difficult for me now to get that support. So I've basically been fighting my whole life with with this but there's an old saying, what don't kill you makes you stronger. And I do believe that is true, because even though I have gone through attempts of suicide, depression, anxiety, and that, I've come out very strong. I've done Tough Mudder, I've worked in America. Fantastic. I've completed the Prince's Trust. I've got great friends. I've got fantastic family on my side. So I do say there's a cloud to every silver lining. Is that the right expression?
A silver lining to every cloud. You're like me, I get it.
Right.
I was going to say, obviously, it's so. I'm so pleased that you're in a good place just now, and obviously you've had such darkness, growing up and stuff. And who knows? We all have ups and downs. What are you going to do now? You recognise so much about yourself. You recognise ways to kind of overcome things. What's your plan? What's going to keep you steady in the right direction for you?
I would say because I've got a very good job at the moment, so that's taken my mind off of it as well. Like I say, I'm not the fastest. I do get a bit blasé, and I do forget stuff all the time. So I do need someone to be a bit like, Dan. Concentrate, come on. But as soon as someone says that, I'm 100% focused on what I'm doing. And the thing is, as well, is that I'm doing my rapping at the moment for difficult subjects to talk about around the world. For example, like homelessness, and like dyspraxia. For example, I recorded my second dyspraxia rap on Sunday with my friend Joseph.
What have you called that?
But at the moment, all I say is I just stay as strong as I can at the moment, and I just keep chasing for the stars, as they say, because I didn't think that I would ever get to this point where I would be, talking to like hundreds of people all over the place about my dyspraxia, but here I am.
Yeah, fantastic. I wish you every success and happiness in everything that you do, and I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your journey on Awaz FM.
Absolutely. No, thank you very much for your time as well.
No problem. Thank you, Danny. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Danny JP, who lives with dyspraxia. It's now 11 o'clock. We're going to go to the news, and we'll come back. We'll go for a break. Thank you.
Coronavirus rules. First Minister Nicola Sturgeon is said to be considering a 2-week national lockdown.